Hey guys, Joonas here, the founder of Edge Alerter. Welcome to the August 25 Edge Update. Agenda today, as per usual, go through the recent results, break down the July Bot Bootcamp that we did. I'll do a bit of a recap on how that went. I know a lot of people weren't able to join specifically during that time, and they'll be curious to know how it went. Betting accounts to have for Spring Racing. It starts next week, Spring Racing, so right at the end of August. I'll go through some of the key accounts to have at the moment and also how to warm them up, just a refresher for members on the basics there. But those new to the system and how this industry works, I'll go through the key tips on how to warm up betting accounts so you don't get banned too quickly. And then looking forward to Spring Racing and upcoming Edge opportunities. Recent results. So this is the weekly results for the whole year. This is how we've been presenting it recently based on member demand. So really for the racing members, where are we looking? Well, we've got a 90% assumption here with respect to bonus bet conversion. Members who use the Betfair Churner membership are guaranteed the 90% conversion. That's very consistent. Those who don't like variance like that method. So that's the assumption here. And then we've got that's in racing, as in same game multis. And then we've got the two actual columns. That's the actual P&L if you're staking $50 units and you're converting at how we converted week on week. So where to look, combined actuals here. So this is the start of the year, obviously, as you can see there. So there's been a bit of variance. We've had one of our worst days ever and one of our best days ever, all in the last couple of months. But that's just how it goes. At the end of the day, you just keep chipping away and watch the profit worm go up. Bootcamp recap. So we ran it for a month. It turned out there was a lot of information to digest early, but it turned out 90% of the key things people were able to get their head around really in the first couple of days. And since then, after a couple of weeks, a lot of new members were scaling. Here's an example, just a snip of one member's bets. So a tip came through, and this is one race. It's a singular race. And you can see, here's the timestamp here, 12:49:58. Let's look for the max here, 12:50:07. So it's this user probably here has the settings. There's a 12-second gap there. So you can set the bot up such that it doesn't bet at exactly the same time, betting over a sort of a 12-second period here. There's a randomizer component in there. So that's essentially what it can do. Schedule uploading provided by EA team. So this is really a new functionality where the trader on the day, the EA trader on the day, uploads the schedule for everyone. And then it really comes down to which accounts you have. You just tick them up in the background. And scaling and automation really just worked as expected. So we've tightened up a lot of the onboarding now. We can get people up to speed really quickly. So if you want to trial the bot, message us and we'll let you know when our next intake is. But that's certainly a fantastic tool for Spring Racing Carnival, which starts next week. Accounts to have. So here's a bit of a deep dive that we did a few weeks ago. Note the parent company column where there's common ownership. There can be quicker promo bans. Doesn't mean it's not worth opening multiple. You just got to play the game a little bit more carefully. Feel free to pause this, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do. We'll have a blog on this as well, so it'll be up on the website soon. But essentially, we've got a lot of decent new bookies to warm up and hit hard over spring. Which leads me into the basics of betting account warm-up. So for those new to betting and taking advantage of promotions, if all you do is open an account, deposit straight away, and then start hammering promos, the bookies will send you an email saying, sorry, champion, you're not eligible for promos anymore. So there's a little bit of a game that needs to be played. The game that we play is typically you don't open, and you don't deposit straight away, sort of sit there waiting around. You'll often get a first deposit offer through an email, maybe an SMS, but just don't look too desperate, don't look too professional. Don't look like you're a betting syndicate. So wait a couple of weeks. Then the first few bets, really first 20 bets, they're looking at your account going, is this punter someone I want to take on in the long term? If you've opened an account, within 1 nanosecond you've deposited, and within another nanosecond you've had 20 promo bets, it doesn't look too good. So what we suggest, first 20 bets, all non-promo. You might ask, hang on a minute, that's a waste of money, right? It's the bookies have edge in their favor. They got the bookie margin. Well, if you're betting on $1.90 lines, you're really just burning 5% per bet. So it's not too expensive. $20, $50 bets, it's $1,000 staked. Losing 5%, you're losing $50. It's a worthwhile investment to make. Then spring racing starts ramping up, 50-50 promo, non-promo. If you've had some big winning days, the bookies will be bleeding a little bit, and they might be a little bit more twitchy, looking at your accounts. It's good to do some big line bets then. Just look like a bit of a degen, bet on, and it's very easy to do this in a hedged manner. You're betting at $1.90 line, take the minus with one bookie, the plus with another, take the over with one bookie, the under with another. You don't even have to get too fancy with looking for $1.90, 205s or anything like that. Just pay the margin and keep your accounts going and carry on. So they're the basics. Members certainly get more insights than that. And yeah, then looking ahead, just to wrap up, we have obviously spring racing starts next week on the 30th of August. First Group 1 of the season is on tomorrow. If it's on in Randwick, just with a rain, we'll see. So the promos are ramping up. I thought this was worth noting. One of our traders sent this through. We've seen a real uptick lately in terms of how many bookies are offering same game multi promotions. Bit of a summary here just from earlier today. We've never seen so many, so that's great. These same game multis are a very profitable product for the bookies. Essentially, most punters out there, even when they're taking promotion insurance, have negative edge. They're donating because they don't understand the correlations, and the bookies have all that hidden in the way that the implied correlations work. So these have become a real money maker for the bookies. We've got a way to outsmart them there, so it's a nice little opportunity given that there's so many promos around. So that's racing, that's bot. As I said, message us. The team here will let you know when the next intake is for the bot. I'm going to take people in batches. It's useful to share information in little batches, so that's what we do there. New members, you can use the code 50% to get the first 4 weeks on a membership for half price. Here are the contact details. If you've got any questions, let us know. Cheers, guys.